NFC Championship game. Who do you have? Do you have the LA Rams or the Seattle Seahawks? Welcome back to Hold My Helmet. Will Reichling, your host here. I'm going to predict these two games, the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game. We have the Rams at the Seattle Seahawks, and we have the Patriots at the Denver Broncos. So like, subscribe, share. I'm going to do it right now. We're going to start with Rams Seahawks. Let's go. So the Seahawks missing Zach Charbonnet is actually a really big deal. Huge deal because the Seahawks like to run with their two running backs. And don't get me wrong, Kenneth Walker can run in between the tackles, but Zach Charbonnet is really their ground and pound guy. He's the guy that at the goal line, they need a touchdown from the 2-yard line. They go to Charbonnet. Third down and short, and it's inches, and you got to run the ball. They go with Charbonnet. They go with Charbonnet on the ground and pound toughness, get the tough yards. That's their guy. Now they're missing him. It's going to be a big deal. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I had the Patriots and the Rams making the Super Bowl when I first predicted the playoffs right before the wild card round. That was my predictions. So I have a very easy chance to stick with those predictions and be like, look, I told you so. See, my predictions are going to come true. So I could easily go with Rams here just to hold my predictions true from the beginning of the playoffs. But I got to be honest. I've watched the Seahawks and I've watched the Rams. And I just think Seattle's defense matches up extremely well with the Rams offense. They have great defensive line, good linebackers, great secondary. They just have players all over the field. They're fast. They hit really hard. And I think they're going to give the Rams fits. I think the Rams are going to struggle to score here. And if there's any team that can beat the Seahawks, it's the Rams. Don't get me wrong. They don't get penalized a lot. They usually don't turn the ball over. Seattle typically turns the ball over a lot. And I'm going to say it right now. If the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game, Sam Darnold has to play like he's played these last two games against the Niners. He has to play within himself, be efficient, don't throw the ball too much, and don't turn the ball over at all, because he has 6 interceptions in his 2 games against the Rams. But I really think that he's figured something out these last couple of weeks, and that he's figured out I don't have to do too much. I don't have to be Superman. I don't have to be this guy making crazy plays all over the field like I was in Minnesota, like I was in the beginning of the season in Seattle. I can be a guy that lets my team do the work and just make timed, efficient throws when I have to. And not having Charbonnet is going to be huge. It really is. But I really think this Rams defense is a little overrated. I'm not crazy about their secondary at all, especially their corners. And their D-line's been very underwhelming. They have a lot of players on that D-line, and their production does not match the name value of the players. So, very overrated defense. I think Seattle has a very efficient offense. Even without Zach Charbonnet, you saw Kenneth Walker have a huge game against the Niners in the divisional round. I think he does again. And I think that's going to develop play action for Sam Darnold. I don't think, he's not going to throw the ball too much. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, probably like 20-17 Seahawks, 20-14 Seahawks. But I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I just think their roster is like a lot better than the Rams roster. I think the Rams obviously have the better offense, but I think Seattle has the better defense. And I think they match up really well with the Rams offense. At home, one of the toughest home crowds in the NFL let's be honest, if Darnold has to make a play or two, he's got the talent to do it. He's got the mobility. He's got the arm. Stafford, not really mobile anymore. If they get pressure on them, because Seattle's got a really good D-line, if he gets pressure on Stafford, he's not really going anywhere. So give me Seattle to go to the Super Bowl. In the AFC Championship game, it's going to be tough for the Denver Broncos to go in there with Jarrett Stidham, who hasn't played all season, hasn't played in multiple seasons, and go in there and beat the Patriots. But I do think it's going to be close. Look, it's an NFL game. It's an NFL playoff game. It's a conference championship game. So I think Denver is going to keep it close. Sean Payton's a very smart offensive head coach. I think Jarrett Stidham is been in the system long enough to know what to do, and he's going to play within the system. I don't think he's going to turn the ball over too much. The real underlying factor here is Denver's defense has kind of fallen off. They were elite in the beginning of the season. They're still a top 10 unit, but they really have fallen off. Letting up 30-plus points to the Jaguars, letting up 30 points to the Buffalo Bills. They just have really not been that defense that we thought they were going to be, and now they're going against a Patriots team that I think scores so easily. They just score really easily, and I don't think that the Broncos defense is going to be able to completely shut down the Patriots for 4 quarters. I just don't think it's possible. And the Patriots pass rush has actually improved in the playoffs. It was suspect in the regular season. They have 9 sacks in the last 2 games combined, so it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible for Denver to win this game, but it's going to be very, very hard with a quarterback that hasn't played all season against a defense whose pass rush is starting to get revved up and for the defense, with that offense struggling, to now go out there more often than usual and stop an offense in the Patriots that have just been scoring at will very easily. So give me the Seahawks, give me the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. Thanks, guys. Let's see how that plays out. I'll see you next week. Take care.